Welcome to another episode of Market Like It's Hot, the podcast where strategy sizzles and marketing bullshit goes to die a slow, agonizing death. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about AI, which one is actually worth it for marketing purposes, for businesses. But first, Izzy, I have a question for you. This one was kind of dumb, but I kind of wanted to ask it anyway. What's brown and sticky?
What's brown and sticky? A lot of things. Syrup, sap, shit. I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. It told me a stick.
Now that one's good. Have you ever seen it shit, which is totally off topic? There is this kid YouTube video, and there was just this little brown stick guy just jumping up and down, just saying stick repeatedly. What? And then I'll have to send it to you because it was my favorite thing. Maybe a few months ago, because it was so stupid. It was just this little stick guy just jumping up and down. He's like stick, 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 and it was a kid's video. And then they put it in different languages and what it sounded like, and that's when I started crying loud. Because I'm like,
I don't. Good for you.
It's sticky, sticky, stick, stick. It was stupid. That's what it reminded me of. Never mind.
I don't know if our listeners have heard of Charlie the Unicorn. Have you heard of Charlie the Unicorn?
On the Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Yeah. That used to be my favorite.
I love that one. That one was so
I have another joke that might be a little better.
Okay.
What did the skillet eat? So what did the skillet eat on its birthday?
Cake. Pancake.
Pancakes. Yeah.
Hey.
I hired you for your smartness, but at least you could pretend you don't get it. Jeez.
I also did that for the viewers. We went on a ghost tour on Washington, D.C., and our tour guide told a ghost dad joke, and I think the answer was booze. And me being me, I was like, booze, and he was like, yeah. And then I think I ruined his movie.
You ruined this moment. Damn.
Yeah.
I did like the story though that came after that. Don't worry, listeners, we're gonna get to it. But the story that he told after that about that he said it to another tour group, and they got it or something, but it was a bunch of Girl Scouts or young kids with their moms, and they were like, "You're a ghost, mom," and I was like, "Oh no!" And finally, the parent got it. They'd been drinking the whole time they were there.
Yep.
So.
And then she could try to wipe, be like, no, I'm not. And she's like, yeah, you were last night with the other moms. Completely out of here.
Oh, children. They are such a joy.
Unfortunately, that's some stuff I would do to my mom when I was a child, so I can't blame that kid.
I mean, that kid's personality. Yeah. All right, let's dive in. So this topic was brought to us when I think a couple times I've heard this question of there's so many different AI tools. There's ChatGPT. For the particular question I got, there's ChatGPT, Gemini with Google. I think Microsoft has a different one now. There's so many out there, and which one is the best one?
Yeah.
And then I asked Izzy because she's the smart one.
No, I'm not. So, not all AI was built for marketers. It's also not built for everyone. It just depends on what you're really looking for. So there's different types of AI too. So not every AI does the same thing. So there's text AI, which is ChatGPT, Jasper, and Claude. The only thing I'll say about Jasper, it's more part of a CRM than anything, versus Claude and ChatGPT, which are more you type in a question or prompt it with something. Jasper can kind of do the same, but it's more about writing blog posts and stuff with your current CRM. I'm pretty sure. Visual AI, Canva Magic Studio just came out. Meh, need some work. It's good for starting out with AI Canva. I think it will be better I haven't really done too much research into these other ones, Midjourney and Runway. So again, it's just like creating visuals. Like I know it's been used for like if you circle something in a picture and then just like you can add in something that was already kind of there with Photoshop if you knew how to use it back in the day. So I don't think it's gonna be that hard to I'm a jerk. I'm a video AI, so Wizard, which is like clip picking taking
Mhm.
clips from different things that you post. VO3, which is creating scary AI videos for your leisure. HeyGen, which is new after the VO3 release, so it's trying to go and compete with Google. Um, which I don't know how that's gonna go for them. Also, Mark Zuckerberg's making a whole AI team for Facebook too, so we'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
Meta AI.
Um, yeah. Voice and chatbots, 11 Labs, and TDO. But that's if you need like a voiceover or different things like that. There are some other ones that I've like tried to use before, and you could like make Snoop Dogg say anything, and that was kind of cool. But if you ever like, I can't read this email right now, just copy and paste it in Snoop Dogg's like voice box thing, and then you're like, okay, everything's clicking now.
Yeah.
It's funny. So again, it's like what AI tool you're looking for and what is going to help you convert, engage, and understand your audience better.
Yeah, I
Um,
think Gemini just came out, or I just heard of it. But that's through Google Workspace. I think that we have it, and I accidentally turned it on for a meeting, and it basically did what it took the transcript and it summarized the meeting automatically and everything. You can still do that with all of these other ones. Um, and then I've used Midjourney. That was pretty fun, except I used it when it was giving like people six fingers and stuff. So that was a little weird. It didn't, as a marketer, as a designer, I wasn't exactly happy with the results of some of the photos. And then there are some stock image places that now you can purchase a stock, or if you have a membership, you can download it. But you can, even before downloading it, you can ask it to add or remove flowers. You can do that, I think, in Canva as well now. But you can ask it to remove, add things. I've only played around with it like a little bit. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, what marketers think AI is good for, but isn't. So when people say deep research, it is not asking ChatGPT one question and copying the answer down of what it just told you. Deep research is a bigger process. I'm pretty sure we'll get into more of that later. You need to know how to use the AI before you go in there and start using it, is my only tip of advice. Writing entire blogs in one prompt and hitting publish. Again, you are probably stealing somebody else's work. You should probably check on that. And also, it's better to give it your own research that you found. If you're going to use AI to write for you, you need to use your own research. You need to give it a rough outline of what you already have so it's able to identify your tone of voice and the research that you've provided it so it doesn't go on like Reddit and call that a fact. Um, making AI generated reels with stock avatars. So again, uh, the picture quality of ChatGPT right now it's getting better, but it's still very obvious when you use it. So it just kind of comes off as lazy sometimes. And you don't need an AI intern, you need an AI strategist. Just because your
Ooh.
kid has used ChatGPT a few times does not mean that they know everything about AI. There are people actually being hired for hundreds of thousands of dollars now to do these types of jobs.
AI is really it's a not going to be a replacement for the exact task or everything that you do, but it's going to support in some way. So yes, although ChatGPT could technically spit out a blog post, you probably shouldn't be like just ethically. I don't think you should do that. But you can utilize it for brainstorming, or if you're just stuck on something, you can use AI for to just trigger maybe some more ideas. It's kind of like when back in my day, we would go to the library. It's this place that has lots of books. And if you were stuck on a design, you would go look at all these art books and logo books and like put like sticky notes and things in it. So then you jolted into more creativity, kind of like that.
But you also had computers when you went to college. You make yourself sound like you're ancient. You had
I
computers.
mean, we had computers, but I didn't get my first laptop until I was a sophomore in college. And I didn't even have internet. Like I had to go to the school to use it, which defeated the purpose because there was computers at the school.
Right,
I was
right, right.
Kobo. That's fine.
Oh my god. Okay.
The more
What
you
AI
know.
is actually what AI is actually good for if you're a marketer. Um, ChatGPT and Claude for content outlines, better prompts, rewrites, and brainstorming. I've had a few conversations with people about Claude, and then they said that they prefer it. I don't. I prefer ChatGPT still over Claude. I think there's a lot of benefits to Claude, but ChatGPT calls me bestie whenever I do decide to use it, and she says like Slay Queen to me, so she knows me the best. So I can't switch over now. I feel like that would be betrayal. Um,
I
Also,
want
ChatGPT, they have a um voice feature called Wednesday where it just like roasts you the entire time, and I can't get rid of that either. So it's really funny. Um
wait, which one has this? ChatGPT?
yeah.
It roasts you? Writing this
Yeah, it's
down.
like the one that you talk to. Like, do you pay
Oh,
for it?
yeah.
Okay, on your phone, if you hit like the talk to it thing, there's like different voice options, and one of them's Wednesday, and she's really mean. It's really funny.
That's awesome.
She's like so clever. Never heard that one before.
My God.
um, Vizzard AI, turning podcast recordings and webinars into branded video and clips with captions. This is great because you can also create templates in it that fit your brand, so it automatically just processes that way and identifies the moving heads that you have within the videos that you are using. So, would highly recommend that one.
I'm the
Gonna
moving
make it a
head.
nightmare. Yeah. uh, Server SEO, optimizing blog structure. That one's all right. I don't think it's that great. People do use it though. I think I need to understand the search intent a little bit more, but I still think ChatGPT with deep research does a better job. Spark Toro, audience research based on real behavior, so where your current target audience is going and what they're looking at. Notion, yeah. Content planning. It needs some work. You can use VO3, just only use it for B-roll and stuff. Don't like make political videos. Anyway, um how to use AI for real research. So this is my own experience. ChatGPT as a research assistant, so you can use that. You always have to start with a prompt, like what are the top challenges, and then identify your own issues, and then kind of prompt it with like a here's the goal. Here are some things that are within the goal that are hyper specific, and here's what I want from the final product. And it can do a pretty good job of what you're trying to accomplish. Or you can hit the deep research button and do that as well. You only get, I think, with the $20 a month one, you only get 25 deep researches a month, but it does pop out like a 4-page thing for you. So you're still getting a lot of information, but just make sure you're hyper specific and it has goals and numbers and things that you want to identify. And you can also ask ChatGPT questions before going into deep research, and it will take those questions and add it into its deep research that it's about to conduct. Use ChatGPT to outline questions for interviews, case studies, and original research. So if you need help, interviewing somebody, or if you need ideas for content, you can use that as just, okay, here's this, and I'm going to go do my own research now that provided that idea for me. And then, like, if I want to, I can plug it back in, but as long as it's my own words and my own data that I've created based off that subject it gave me, I think that's the better way to use it than just being like, "What's this?" and then just post it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, cross check your data on platforms to Statista, Pew Research, Google Trends, Google Scholar. Just make sure you're not making up stats that ChatGPT gave you. It's my only other thing. And I said an AI workflow that doesn't suck. So one, cut that idea. What are your batch of topics that you want to create based on different articles or anything? Outline, build a skeleton, content, hook, structure, CTA. Those are all going to be you because that's going to be your tone of voice of what you're trying to accomplish. Research, ask GPT for data questions, and then go find the legit resources that you can use to get the real numbers. So ChatGPT isn't just making stuff up for you and creating what they call a hallucination, which is just fake facts. Create, use Jasper or ChatGPT to write, Notion AI to organize, and Surfer for SEO. That is just a process. I don't do that personally. I don't think Surfer does a great job with SEO. I think it's better doing it yourself. And then distribute. If it's for a podcast or if this is for a blog, you can clip content with different AI tools. So, any final thoughts, Yasmin?
No, I like how you gave us a workflow because a lot of people, it's like, when do you insert any of these tools, or like when in the process do they get used? And I would say overall, again, it's not just about replacing you and telling like ChatGPT, hey, I need an episode, like a fresh new chat on ChatGPT, and saying, I need a blog post about why you should get Botox in your face. I don't know. Without even giving it any other information about your brand, your tone of voice. Like, it needs to have so much information because, yes, it'll spit something out. But when you start reading through it, it just doesn't sound like you. It doesn't, uh, it's probably going to hallucinate at some point. It's probably going to plagiarize. So you need to give it a lot of prompts. It's not, it does make your life, AI does make your life easier, but what does Spider-Man's uncle say? With great power comes
Comes
great
great
responsibility.
responsibility.
Yeah, basically that. He said it best.
Yeah. And what I said is AI is a tool, not a shortcut. If your strategy sucks, it will just help you suck faster. So we're basically the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Both inspirations, but like it's no big deal. You don't have to like compliment me like that, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's for your t-shirt. That's the title of your next workshop, Izzy.
And I just don't have a shirt kind of she sucks.
Yeah.
She's got
Yeah, just gonna make you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If any of our listeners have any questions about the tools that they're using, a tool that we didn't mention, or if you're just stuck with your marketing, feel free to hit us up, myrivermarketing.com. We also have free checklists. myrivermarketing.com/checklist is actually a workbook, and it comes with videos as a walkthrough, and it helps you audit all of your marketing. Make sure to stack Izzy and myself on LinkedIn, and yeah, that's about it. Get some tacos in you, and get a margarita for me.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
I just said bye to the viewers.
Oh, okay.